meeting, all the meetings of the committee are open to public, proper notice been posted and given to the press. According to the Wisconsin statutes, will serious media where no time, place, and agenda of this meeting. Minutes will show that all members are present. Minutes of the last meeting.
There should be an agenda, it might be underneath it.
That looks like it.
Sure. I thought it was this. I'll make a motion.
But no,
Read through the minutes.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of the last meeting. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Treasurer's report.
You guys got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did on that, deposit for that planning commission, I wasn't sure that other name, so I've added that Hustler in on, the records. So, cause I wasn't sure of the name. So from here on out, it'll be printed off on
Okay.
everything.
Now, the raft, is that one?
That was one raft, and I
One
do
raft.
not know what it was for, so I just put raft.
That's the only one you had, did you?
No, I got one more right here.
it's got more, and there was more before that, in April and May.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we had some, yeah.
I probably. Yeah, you got
Yeah, I have
that
some,
murder
well, I have
permits,
another
yeah.
raft there,
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it now.
so, yeah.
Yeah, this one I had a chase on it, one of those from the jail.
Yeah.
It said Chakowski.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
right?
I forgot my money, he said, I'll be right back on Monday, well, a month later.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4/28, there were rafts for $189, so.
Yeah.
And the EFT from Wisconsin Department of Revenue, $150.
That was a payment?
Yep, that was a tax payment. That came out of the thing. That was
We
an
have to pay that
automatic,
every year, that's our fee for that.
that's just an automatic
For the
payment
state
out
of
of that.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
That's our fee every year.
okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second it.
You all heard the motion in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Highway report. I got Lance to go with me and check a couple of things that we talked about. He didn't think that we could wedge Railroad Grade Road. He said it would get too high, and he said, I think we just shoulder it. Would be cheaper and would be better.
Okay.
Good plan?
That one area doesn't look as bad now as it did
No.
in the spring.
No.
I was just talking about it the other day.
Then, we went down.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, did you?
It was raining that day.
Oh, no.
That's,
Did he
I got
wanna
you
go?
with me, I'm going down.
Oh, no.
And, that was just a solid street down there.
Solid?
Yeah. There's no
What's he
use.
complaining about?
Although I suppose if they just graded it, you know, it probably wasn't packed down yet,
Yeah.
but there was no reason to. So if he calls you, just tell him that we think it's good.
I'll inspect it.
Okay, inspected and looks good.
Yep.
Good enough.
If you want some gravel,
Put her in there.
donate it,
Mhm.
we'll take it.
Mhm.
But then we went on Ancrum Road here, because that little spot right out here, where it's wedged on one side, the other
Mhm.
side,
Mm-hmm.
there's a dip,
Yeah.
and found a couple more spots that Lance thought would be advantageous to lay some patches. And as long as we're gonna have him come and do the culvert anyway,
Yeah.
I said.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, just go ahead and use your own judgment. I said, if it gets to be too much, then you're helping safe. So,
Okay.
that's that. And you also Brad mowed once,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
870, what was it?
71.
I thought, pretty good job.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
I was, this was before he mowed, I was going to Fremont, I went around on Railroad Grade Road, and I think it looked like the pickup topper that was on, what road was that over here?
Oh.
Moved over to Railroad Grade Road.
Yeah, no,
No, it's another one? How did he mow?
I don't, no, I think we had him picked up before he mowed. I finally got together with Dave Strauss, and there was.
And it was right on the edge
Yeah.
of the road.
There was not one there, there was four of them,
Oh my gosh.
Four toppers?
4 dollars. And the one was down to the bottom, but the other ones, they sawed off right where your window would be.
Yeah?
They sawed them off there, so I suspect they were taking the windows out. I don't know what they used the windows for. But then there was 10, 12 sheets of fiberglass. I don't know, half of them were almost looked like siding.
Hmm.
You know, they,
What the heck they doing?
Making, fishing shacks.
Think so?
Huh?
Or hunting
Use
sheds?
the window, hunting sheds.
yeah.
Use the windows for that.
Dave and I had a good day that day. We found a TV and looked like a homemade boat seat right down just past Hurdy's barn
Really?
Hmm.
that we didn't see.
Hmm.
And then up where the tires were at Acom and
Yeah.
Little River, we found some marijuana there.
Growing or just?
Or bait?
No, it was in a little pill bottle.
Really?
And it wrapped up.
I heard it came from the Will's house.
Wow.
We just
You
found
had a
it.
good day then.
And we had a collection of stuff. Yeah, then we picked up that one on Evanswood Road too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, must have had about.
Oh my gosh, what do you have for a vehicle? You have a
We had a
trailer?
trailer, yeah.
Okay.
And, I don't know, I guess we probably had about 20 tires.
Oh my God.
But then Sunday morning, Scott calls, he says, go up by your mailbox, look down the road. I think there was 12 tires there.
Oh my God.
They dumped Saturday night. So Scott and this man went, picked them up, they kept most of them for under bumper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I
still.
don't- It's just never ending. Sure would like to catch somebody.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Does county have cameras?
Yeah, but where do you put them?
Where do you put
Well,
it?
One on
The
the
hot
Breezy
spots.
Road for sure.
Yeah, hot spots.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk to somebody
yeah.
about that.
You could get one of those game cameras and hide it in the tree.
You'd have to have one that doesn't flash, though. Because somebody,
Yeah, especially if they got out.
yeah. So,
I mean, if you just send it on the 32nd one and they had so much stuff, it took longer done.
You might get that camera filled up right away.
Yeah.
yeah, sure it is.
It's
Wow.
discouraging.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the one person isn't throwing top tires.
No.
No.
They're collecting them and.
Yeah.
Same with the tops, you know, you're not
Good.
gonna have.
Them ones,
They,
that-
because they don't do 4 tops, you know.
yeah, the ones that the boys picked up Sunday, there was 4 or 5 of them that were cut, so they had rims, so we're salvaging the rims, probably for the junkyard.
Probably.
You know, weight wise, so.
Hmm.
And that's, was on that last highway bill right there. And, talking about highway, I got this from the commissioner. He wants to know what we wanna do next year. I'd like to kind of get a plan. So, you think we should say we're gonna steal quote from you to Fremont Line?
It kinda needs it, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
it's been crack sealed, and
Yeah.
it's probably time to do it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know of anything else
I don't know right now.
pressing that we have,
Yeah. Kinda taking care of what our issues.
yeah.
The only other spot that kind of left is at the corner going up toward, Sioux Road. There's a stretch in there.
Oh, River Road, around the bridge,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's gonna get beat up here with the detour, won't it?
That's another thing, same detour. Last said that there was some money left to fix up the intersection of U and Gray Road
Yeah,
from some detour. He said he just happened to see it in his book. He said the state okay for that. I said, go ahead and do it.
yeah,
Sure.
don't go over budget. No kidding.
So I don't know.
Huh.
Well, good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I don't know when that manure tanker had that accident there, if that was closed very long then that they detoured them there, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
What did we have? We had that accident. It was last year, right?
Yeah, but
When they had detours on you. And, yeah. Well, that's when the farm tractor,
yeah,
they were told us about.
Well,
we were watching the road and everything. I didn't get a chance to ask him.
Yeah.
If I see him again, I'm gonna ask him if he's got it on the book,
Hmm.
when the detour was.
Yeah.
I'll fill this out then and
yeah,
we can get us an
need a
estimate.
motion to that?
I suppose it would be.
Make a motion to do the seal coating on Railroad Grade Road with the county?
Yeah,
In 2015.
In
In
2015.
2015.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll second.
I say if something falls through and we can't afford it,
It happens.
yeah, we won't do it. I think that's everything for the highway report. Fire and ambulance. Guess when did we have? No, we didn't have any.
We got one in, July.
Yeah, we got one this month.
Yep.
So there'd be nothing there. Bartender's license.
I had a new one come in, her name was Anna Cook, she passed all the inspections, but it just thinks when I do these, I should let you guys know.
Yeah.
I did hold it up just a while because this was a Weyauwega one where, here's the notice I needed tomorrow, and I'm going, my board doesn't meet until the first Monday of July, so. And then my computer of course is up at 80 demons with all the forms on, but
Still up there?
we're meeting Thursday, we talked tonight, so. Anyway, I did find some new forms and I did, they are really awesome.
Yeah.
We all got a letter on the front. The board has been fighting in the lobby.
Oh, no.
Always was promote and they're selling raffle tickets and they're asking for more money from the members. It's kind of depressing, you know, something like this been around forever and.
Oh, yeah. And the course is in that shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
But
Just
the-
that one spot on 4.
Yeah.
That's really the only one. And it seems like they've had decent luck.
Well, last Thursday, I didn't even do the second 9 because, I mean, I always feel as if, you know, you're supposed to be able, if you're doing 18 bump.
Yeah.
I'm a member, and these are all guests that are playing, and I'm gonna say, you guys wait. So I just said to the girls, you can do 9, you know, and let them go. Yeah, they actually have people waiting in line to go.
Well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, I don't know what the issues are.
Some strong enough people. I don't know.
Yeah.
No one wants to do, one person has to do it now, but.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking of putting up there, but
With a committee.
with it, well, and every member feels that they have the input. And the, that was the director of the Taylor Mansion.
Mhm.
Yeah. Really awesome. Too bad.
You still getting the minutes of the concert or the Weyauwega Lake thing?
Yeah,
With, I got a letter that says you can pay your dues, you're not gonna get it
yeah,
anymore.
I didn't pay it.
I didn't pay it
You
either.
still get it. I get an email.
Did you know the last time there was 7 people on it?
No, is that what it was?
They're,
Did you notice they're trying to talk about, Lake District again?
yeah.
All that.
Mhm.
Maybe send them, was it that one with Dayton, where they did that one?
Is that with the, dam over there?
That was it.
Is that where the
tried to do it,
Well, they tried to do it, now they're suing the clerk because,
and it's all in the courts.
yeah.
Really?
And that poor clerk, all she was doing, she just did what they told her she should do. And now she's saying, well,
Well,
yeah.
But the county,
everybody would be,
the county or, you have insurance.
Yeah.
right.
That town chairman over there is something else.
Sounds that way.
Yeah.
You must read the statute book for the hobby.
Yeah, when you read the articles, it talks like he's reciting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he's just been calling the press or something.
He does know them.
He
He's
does
prepared.
know that.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too bad that might end up costing the county money, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think they followed the proper procedure all the way.
Mm.
I suppose in a way you gotta feel sorry for the people that had water and now they got muck and weeds for their shoreline.
Yeah. Although it's probably better for the river.
Yeah.
The water temperature's up and the trout fishing.
Mhm.
But I tell you what, the weeds are back.
Yeah,
Here.
they're
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's not by the bridge, it's not too bad.
Right.
In that fourth section, did you get up by the kitchen pole?
Oh, it's just,
All you see is the channel,
yeah,
just the channel.
I thought they said there was 9 feet of water out there.
Maybe there is some channel,
There's 12 feet of weeds.
but, yeah, but you get off of that channel and, you got a good weed crop.
I know
Well,
if
you
you
know, I
look from
only
the
dropped
bridge and
those
look
down
west,
there.
it looks like I see people.
Mhm.
That'd be an idea, so impressive.
Yeah, Iola's lake looks the same
Yeah,
way.
same way they look.
Does
Yep, and they just had drained that down and refilled too, and they look the same as Weyauwega.
But, you don't have to, proving that up. Establishing the channel, yes.
As long as you're signed.
Yeah.
What's that you're
My
saying?
certified survey that we
Oh.
have to file,
Yeah,
what, just the page you gotta sign?
yeah, I
Right
heard.
there.
Now, did you kind of mark, you know, like,
Mhm.
you're going up the driveway on the right-hand side?
If you stand, you see the one, when you're coming down the driveway just before
Okay, yeah.
Shane kinda cleared that out, there's a thing to the right.
Yeah.
If you stand there and look into the woods, you'll see on the left-hand side of the driveway. It
Okay.
kinda kitty corners goes across the driveway there.
Okay.
And then you'll see another one in about 10 feet or so into the shrubs, kinda right by the big trees.
Okay.
And then there, it goes straight along the large trees,
Okay.
all the way.
So probably Miller would like.
I just talked to him,
Oh,
talked to
you
him
did.
today, he was in the office today.
Okay.
He's gonna call me someday and stop and we're gonna walk out there. He's afraid of the big rocks. And I told him that the power company, the
Okay.
phone company, they told me they were gonna do this in June. And they haven't touched it yet. And he said that you're gonna go right down the middle of your driveway.
Yeah.
How's that?
When he was, the guy from the telephone company came, I walked and showed him where he said, this is a rock, you will never move.
Okay.
You know, so I said, you're gonna have to go right of it, you're gonna have to go left of it. And I said, there is room, because my power came from Road,
Right.
and my telephone came from Road, but you're gonna have to.
And he's gonna tell me which side to go on before we get somebody to widen the driveway.
Mhm.
And he did say it's 3 to 4 feet down. So, because Grubby said we gotta take off probably 6 to 8 inches of topsoil. And then he said, put in, it busted up concrete. I forget where he said he gets it from. It's like $100 a ton. He said it's really cheap. No, $100 a truckload. And, so we'll put that in and then we'll put gravel on top and then re-gravel.
What would you have put that bus for concrete? I have down there.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please clean it up.
So,
Yeah.
so, but that's what, indicated, so.
Okay.
Did you know this has to be signed by Dean too?
Yeah.
So, and then density rights. I talked to the surveyor.
Density.
Yeah, he explained to me it's in the county's comprehensive plan, and each piece of property has so many density rights depending on how it's zoned. Well, this is zoned AWT, and where Bernie's house is, there's one density right. Yes, there's one. I have 9 on the 19 acres. When I took 5 acres off, I have to transfer at least 1, but he says maybe do 2. And I said, why do 2? In case they want to split that, if they can. If they can put 2 houses there.
No,
Each density is equal to 1 house.
to one house, huh? Okay.
I said, what about sheds? No, homes. Okay. He says, you gotta be very careful.
Oh,
Well, and I gotta file this with the density, there's the density form,
Remember
transferring them.
That goes to the zoning office?
With this, I'm supposed to give this back to him with this,
yeah.
and then Mark is gonna file it.
So the county just adds this on their comprehensive plan?
I don't know,
I think-
cause we never talked
We
about
never,
that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I think
Well-
that had something to do with, after, that, where we were going to the meetings for that farmland stuff.
It has to do with that?
I think it come out of there.
Oh, okay.
You know,
We said no.
we quit going, we said no, so we kept going.
Yep.
And shortly after that, Brian Hayes called me and he said, are you definitely not coming anymore? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, we gotta change something then because we couldn't get a quorum even
Oh, really?
for a meeting.
So nobody was coming?
Well, I think there was some that were stuck with it, but I think that's where that density crap comes
Okay.
out.
Okay. So I don't know how it reads or anything like that, but Mark, the surveyor, he said you have to transfer some density rights. So, and he suggested not more, he said more than 1 if you have plenty. So then I'll transfer 2, that leaves me 9 more for 13, almost 14 acres.
Yeah.
So you could make a
But you're still limited.
subdivision then.
Right.
Yeah, you're still limited to
I'm still limited to, I can only have so many
acres per house,
easements.
right?
Well, our township says you can go down to 1, if it, depending on
In
how
that
it's
area.
zoned,
Okay, yeah, right.
but who'd wanna buy 1 acre of land, I mean, in the country, you know, I would think 5 acres is minimal, but, technically I could, and I have enough land on X and on Anklam Road, I don't need the easement,
Awesome.
this easement,
You see a lot
even
of
though
that.
the property's on it.
Yeah, you see
Don't
that
need
lot on the valley, also, I saw that, 40 acres, also you see houses. They talk about
So,
people.
You know, they've got the big parcel of land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Cause
got
Cheryl
about
went to
30. Did you ever get yours done? The file, the easement renewal? Okay.
Cheryl went to one of her friend's houses and said, oh, it was just this big gorgeous house, and she said, I bet you they got almost as big as me.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at Bernie's, and it was an acre until the highway came through and took some of the ditch, and at .88, ain't much land. And especially when he surveyed it, I'm going, really, that's all the farther it goes back? Look at that. So we kind of squared it off, and now it's 1.5 acres, so.
I was talking to some guys, I was over in Europe a couple weeks ago, and they said, yeah, you know, I got 40 acres. What?
They don't own any land there, do
How
they?
much is that? You know?
Yeah.
And they couldn't conceive it. They said,
But they don't own it, the queen.
no, it depends, you know, it's owned, people own it, but the problem they have is the density, it's the thing. And in Scotland, you can't just buy a parcel of land out in the country and build a house on it. Okay? It's kind of like what we did here as far as preserving the farmland. Okay? Same way there. You can, you have to have so much land to be able to put a house on it, and then you have to be tied into agriculture to do that. So you can't just decide when you go out the country. Just can't do that. Yeah.
Interesting.
I as a result of that, yeah, you have more in the cities, more people in the cities.
Speaking of that, I got this from the zoning office. These people wanna rezone from AR to ag, I think it was.
So they want to be more restricted.
All these
AR
parcels.
is ag
And
retention.
we went through, everybody went through all this planning, and now they're allowing them to change anyway. I mean, I don't know how many
Really?
names are here. It's crazy.
Oh, and what was that group that was gonna rent from Neil Erkey? And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw one of them. I said, whatever happened? We withdrew it. I said, what's the matter? He's not easy to do business with.
Surprise, huh?
Took him that long to figure it out.
I go, really? He goes, yeah. I said, well, you guys stuck a lot of money. He goes, if we decided it was in our best interest to walk away. So it ain't happening.
Don't blame him, as long as we're talking about zoning and stuff. I talked to Jimmy Bussett today. He wants to build a new shop. He wants to build it south of the little house up there where he used to live,
Who's this?
Jimmy Bussett.
Okay. Really? Oh,
But
yeah.
but that's Quantum's land. So they wanna trade an acre. He went up to the zoning office and asked him if they do that, if he can build a shop. They would not give him an answer. I thought,
Really?
you know, it's just, you know,
Yeah,
They're
I was
paid.
dealing on this.
they're paid big money,
Mhm.
and they wouldn't give him an answer. So, I don't know, you got your zoning thing with you, Jim?
No, I don't. You mean the one I just did?
No, the rules.
No, except I got another book. It's pretty thick.
So they didn't give him a land use permit?
They wouldn't answer his question,
That's his question.
whether he could build there or not.
Hmm.
I thought you know, you're supposed to know
If
all
it,
that.
what is it zoned? Ag,
It's,
general, or?
I think it's, it's on AWT.
He can do it.
That's what I'm thinking.
AWT, he
Besides
can
that,
do it.
It's age related.
Yeah, and it's ag related.
I looked on my thing here.
He can do it.
Like you say, open land agriculture uses, but it doesn't really, these are hard to read here.
Yeah, but you gotta follow this one down.
Yeah, I don't,
Yep.
but the only thing I can see here is agriculture accessory use.
Which is, to me, is a shed.
Yeah.
Outdoor storage, what's that say? Or what does that say? Not outdoor.
Of motor vehicles,
Farm machinery.
machinery.
She wants to put a
That-
shed on it.
That's you gotta do a conditional use for.
Okay.
But for agriculture accessory use, it says it's permitted. And I
So-
can't,
So what's the issue?
I don't know why, answer the question. I think we just, I
And
think,
we go down as low as 1 acre on AWT.
yeah.
It's got a, if he wants to put a house on it, it's got a perk and all,
Well,
you know. But he's not gonna do that. He's just gonna,
I mean, maybe a permit on him, no questions asked, you know, so why are they picking on him?
I don't know, I'm just gonna tell him to go ahead and do it, but he's gonna have to go up there to get the building permit.
Mhm.
Then what are they gonna say? I don't know.
actually, it fits the township.
Yeah, it
It's
fits
not
our,
an issue.
it fits our plan, so.
Yeah.
I told Jimmy, I said, we gotta go through the planning commission and us and the county, it's been enough costing money, and I said, I mean, I couldn't remember, I said, I'll see what I can find out, but I don't, after I got home, I looked there, and I don't think that,
I don't think there's
I
gonna be an
think
issue.
you just need a building permit.
Yeah.
I think that's,
He's probably gonna put a big bull shed up, right?
well, if it's gonna be a shop, I would assume.
Might insulate it and everything.
Yeah, I would assume. it
Now, if he's
would
gonna put a toilet in it, that,
I was gonna say.
That could be a little
Probably
different.
has to.
Then you got perfect.
I have
Is he
to.
gonna add it to his existing or separate?
Separate. It's gonna be south of the house and the other one's north
So
of
on
the
a,
house.
it's gonna be a repair shop on a 1 acre parcel.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's gonna be an issue.
I don't think so either. I don't.
Can you tie it into the curb?
I think for sure it'd be easier if you did that, if you tie it into that, but they might not be able to. Might be rules against that too.
I'm just gonna tell him that all he has to do is get a building permit. Then when he goes up there, they'll have to answer his question.
Right. Yeah, go and apply for a building permit.
Yeah, and he talked to,
No, they don't issue a building permit, they issue the land.
Land.
yeah, and then you go to.
I have been corrected on that 100 times, we don't issue building permits for land.
But you have to get that before you get the building permit.
That is your
It
building
is
permit.
It is still a building permit.
But it's called land, yeah.
It's not called a building permit.
Well, no, then you have to have the building inspector.
Respect
Yeah.
it,
Notify
notify
him,
him.
and you have to notify him. But, it just boils me that then people can't answer the question. And he talked to, well, his wife went too, but they talked to Jeannie. And she went in and talked to Brown. Come back and, I don't know. What are, you know,
I think they're afraid to commit.
you're supposed to be a public servant.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't wanna
Sure.
commit, tell them then you gotta go to the town planning commission.
Yeah.
They didn't,
Tell them that
they just said, we don't know.
Well, she was able to answer all my questions. But then she went back and asked them to come back. I mean, she went back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
But then she also came back and then she calls me and she tells me different before she calls you.
Yeah,
You know,
about the easement,
mhm,
yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
the bills.
What are we paying a pack of honey?
Back on.
Highway
Can I,
committee.
Oh, it's
can I,
oh.
What are we paying, we'll pack a pub?
Yeah, pack of honey.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, that, publishing, we had publishing.
Where have you been going?
Well, I
Now you go up to Wapaka, we know where you're going.
know.
Doris, there's a lot of room on the paper here.
When you're used to going to a button and it says report and you just hit it and it prints it, and now you gotta sit there and type it, it's pretty.
I know.
So Wapaka Proc?
That's Wapaka,
processing and
that's for those tigers.
Oh, for the tigers.
yeah.
Okay,
That must
yep.
be the garbage.
Thursday, it's over. And he said, are you waiting? When's your meeting? I said, tonight I'm here, and we're all just,
2 months in a row that you've hand wrote checks.
Did we ever decide what we were gonna pay Dave for each
We
trip?
offered him 75,000.
Cause I asked him and he said, I don't remember what he said.
So $75, he uses his own vehicle, no insurance, no
Yeah.
mileage, right, and it was 75. So now this would be, so he worked with you 2 days,
Yeah.
and this is strictly up to the, up to you guys, but one day he came to my house with those kittens. He was supposed to run at the fire district, but he felt so bad that every time he called, he was busy. He didn't go to the fire meeting, and he went and got these kittens. And it took us forever to find homes for these kittens. I would like to pay him for that now.
It was a,
Public
yeah,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then we're up to 225 on him.
Okay.
And I told him that we get paid every quarter, so.
Okay, so you, okay. You don't need to adjust this
no,
Mm-mm.
one. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we pay the bills as presented.
I'll second.
motion
Okay.
made and seconded.
We gotta back it up.
No.
I have a blank check here that I would like Jody and Billy to sign tonight. I do have $2,500 in my checkbook. We're approving these bills now, but I would like to pay Andy Thursday when I'm there.
Oh, for his,
And that way then it'll show up on next month's expense, so I'll actually write the check this month. Okay.
And how much is that?
I don't know.
No,
He's setting up the whole QuickBooks program, he's setting up the statements, he's setting up the TID district, he's doing it all.
So it could be a
It
pretty
could be
hefty,
a pretty hefty bill.
Now, is there something that needs to get put on the computer then too?
We can transfer it over.
That's what I mean,
until
yeah,
later.
okay, well, I don't know if there's anything I need, I'm just throwing it
If
out
you
there.
like what you're doing now and it's good for you,
Well, I knew it works, I just didn't know if I needed something different, that's why.
you don't need it if you don't want it. It would be.
Yeah. Modify the motion to approve, payment date.
I'll second that.
You heard the motion in favor, aye?
Aye.
Do
Carried.
you want me to
Well, you can
transfer this
transfer them
one?
all together and come back to the other.
Okay, all right. Just wanna make sure.
Yep.
Any other business?
In the book, town's book, it showed, upcoming local government programs. It talked about developing the annual budget, and it's a whiz line thing. Would you be interested in anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
$20?
You know what I do? I guess I
Yeah.
have, I don't know if my book.
Right there in the bottom. I mean, I think you do a good job, but maybe it can
Oh, if
give you a
there's
tip.
any tips that we can find. I can call you Michael Coffin, the rest of it. Yeah, did you, make sure everyone reads your chronicle or your post this week, Thursday? For 10 days, 8 to 7, you can call your county, you can call your local clerk and make an appointment to come and board as our clerk.
Really?
Really? Is that
That's part of this new law. Yeah, you call her, no problem. And I set the time, so I put my cell phone in there, that way when I can see the person that you'll call. Cause otherwise they can just, otherwise they can't just show up at your house. And then I have to post a notice that this is the number, please call me an appointment. But 5 to 7 I have to be here.
Okay. So what?
So which election is this?
This is one that's August.
For?
It's like the primary,
Oh,
the
yeah.
governor.
Double A.
Yeah. Part of the new law.
Spend money.
So does that mean our next meeting has to be after that? We can still have it August 4th? Okay.
I'm just sitting here anyway, you guys can all sit here too. On the public input section, I had a person call today. This house on the end of Little River Road, where they actually raised the building up.
Oh, yeah.
And they were gonna put, must have been a
Basement or something?
basement, and it's been sitting there, and now a lot of wild animals are starting to live in there. Is there anything we can do, is there any timeline that they have?
Were
to
they
cover
issued a
that?
building permit?
I would think so.
Is there some kind of laws in that?
I think the building permits are only good for
For
a year, and then you can
Renew 'em.
renew it, but I don't know if there's any laws in there that says that once you start something, you have to finish.
I think there is.
I don't remember a permit for it.
I don't remember a permit either.
That
but-
means nothing,
Yeah.
I guess, so I can't remember anything.
Give me one, I write notes.
I do too,
By the
I write
August-
I'm not sure what we're talking about. Is that
It's,
Hoppersburger? Yeah, that was my nephew that was supposed to be moving into that. And I know that his in-laws bought their new house instead.
Cool.
Okay, so who?
Who owns it?
Hopperberg?
I think they
Ryan.
do. I think Ryan and Carrie own it.
Yeah.
Cody and were supposed to move into it after they got married when it got done. And, you know, they started working in it. I know all the copper got taken out and they went in and took all the copper pipes out of it. And then, like I say, her parents bought them a new house instead.
So that's who bought the new house, but he said, well, I knew something, they got a new house, and I said, well, I think Ryan is
I know, cause I know Ryan and Carrie bought the house, the rental property, but the daughter, Megan, is living in that one, so I'm not sure where Cody and Christy are living, but I know that house.
But you said that
Not
one,
anymore.
not moved, and
No,
No, it's,
touched it, it looks.
It's an eyesore.
I
it is an eyesore.
A lot of people are throwing junk there also. You know, I said, it's good when you called today, Debbie, I said the board is meeting tonight, and I'll put it in there as public input, you know, see what we can do.
I don't know.
I don't know either. And we,
I don't know when that
is there
started.
a weed ordinance where they would have to go in and clean it up?
I don't think we have one in our township.
I don't think so, but it could be a
Public hearing?
public health issue, actually a public safety issue too.
Yeah.
You almost have to have a fence around it, so, nobody can enter. Is that open area?
Do you check with the county?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think who I would ask about that.
So,
Let's try to get an answer.
No. I don't know if we can all ask. Brad will be happy to hear a question like that.
yeah, you will.
Don't have enough other stuff to take care of.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
And, Evanswood Cemetery, there was 2 new veterans that were, notified, but their payment does not go up because, when those grave sites were sold, there should have been perpetual care on them
For the veterans?
for the veterans. They only paid for the old ones where there was no.
Okay. Okay.
So I got a couple reminders that those forms should be on. Yeah, they're called the original.
Suppose I could call Ryan and see if he got other than,
Other than drop a dime on them, yeah.
Or have a public health officer walk up to the door.
I really don't see any activity around it.
I would think that being who lived there before, that the house is probably in really tough shape.
Well, it's pretty much gutted already.
Oh,
You know, and
They gutted it actually for the years ago. And that's why it was so easy to take copper out.
Well, they were working on it for quite a while.
Right, that's what I'm saying, I know it's gutted, and I know that's how, and I know that's when the copper was taken.
just the condition of the house, why don't you just,
Drop it.
yeah, get rid of it, add something new then. If you even, you know, if you're gonna rent it out or something. Because it's, that house is better be, even the exterior looks like a tough shape, but structurally it can't
I'm
be.
surprised with all the ones that we had, we have them just blow.
I mean, especially if you think about the winds we had last year, you know, and that storm almost cracked right that way.
right.
Came from our house, we got it, and then it took all those buildings on town. I mean, that would almost be in direct line with it.
More houses.
I actually asked Mary about the house.
Anything else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
You all heard the motion, in favor?